Alright guys, so I'm just back with another video. I'm not really sure how long this one's going to be. As you can see, I'm sitting in my 2003 Ford F-150. So the reason I'm making this video is I have a lot of people ask me why I put so much money into this truck. Why didn't you just get a new one? Why didn't? So this is the video that's going to tell everybody that asks me or comments or stops me on the street and says, why did you do it? So the story behind this one is I was younger. It was my dad's second truck. So he owned it since 2007. He put about 70,000 kilometers on it. And every time as I was growing up, when I got closer and closer to the age of getting my license, he told me, you know what, if you work hard, I'll take this much money out of your paycheck and this will be your truck. So me being me, coming from that kind of family, I worked a lot to make sure I could get this truck. So as I got older, the day came that I went and wrote my G1. So I went and wrote my G1 and it was on my birthday. So my birthday that night, I had a little box from my dad with the key in it. And it wasn't the key that meant so much to me. It was the fact that I earned it, and there was a little key ring that my dad had on it when he first got the truck, or his first car. So it was a key ring and the truck, I guess, that meant so much to me. So when I got the truck, it had some issues. I wasn't driving it full time. It ended up having a cracked frame from being abused from not my father, the previous owner. So I ripped it down to the frame with my dad. I have a lot of memories in this truck, not only because I rebuilt it with him, but it was the truck I learned to drive in, the truck I learned to park in, the truck I learned everything in this truck. I drove it in the backyard, I drove it in a bush, I drove it everywhere when I was younger, other than the road. So when I rebuilt it and ripped it down to the frame, I wish I could insert some photos, guys, but I'm just filming this off my iPhone. Anyway, I rebuilt it. It took me just a little under 2 years to rebuild the truck. I think I had it running and back on the road, stripped to bare frame, everything repainted, powder coated, whatever, back on the new frame, driving in three and a half, 4 months. But it took me about 2 years to completely finish the truck to get it where I wanted it to be personally. So with everything I put into it, I think I did most of the stuff myself, like body work, the frame swap, the motor swap, new gaskets, new everything, wheels, tires, exhaust, welding, everything. Did it all myself in my laneway. So I think I personally, without my time, I have about $12,500 into the truck. Yeah, it's a lot of money for a truck that's going on 19 years old now. But it's the simple fact, it's my first truck. I learned a lot in this truck. I learned a lot working on this truck, so it means a lot personally to me. I guess it's sentimental value because I have a really good relationship with my father now due to this truck and rebuilding it. And not only that, but just little stuff in life, like when my wife now that we've been together for 6 years, like my first date in the truck, first kiss, first prom, whatever, sappy shit like that. But stuff like that means a lot to me, like the relationship I built with my father, the relationship my wife and I have, not only from this truck, but just personal stuff. And my wife has learned a lot because of this truck too. She's slowly getting into automotive with me because of little stuff I had her helping me get done on this one. So I guess it's just a lot like that. I know it seems like it really wasn't worth it. Everybody tells me to buy a new truck. You know what? I have bought a new truck. I own a 13 F-150 with a 5-liter. I love it. I really, really love it. It's got all kinds of power, whatever, low mileage. But it's always this truck that I love driving. It brings me to, I guess, a happy place. Makes me feel better. It calms my nerves. Stuff like that. Like, I live in Canada. I don't know if everybody in this is living in Canada or Ontario or the States or wherever they're living. But this truck, since I've rebuilt it before, it wasn't worth anything. It had a broken frame. So coming from that to where it is now, going to truck shows, getting participation awards, and winning the truck show last year, from where it came being completely stock as an 03 Lariat to winning truck shows, being a lifted, powder coated, sponsored truck that I built at 17 years old, means a lot to me. So I'm probably going to keep this truck for as long as I can. In the long run, I guess I'd like to go to the States and find a rust-free cab that's never seen salt and swap it again. I'd love to swap the cab again. Because then, you know, the truck will be worth so much more with no rust. But I've learned a lot. I learned bodywork. I learned how to do the motor swap, the tranny swap, gaskets in a motor, how to rebuild a transmission, how to wire in speakers and decks, and, you know, run brake lines, double flare brake lines, all that kind of stuff. Like, I learned a lot of mechanic stuff through my father before and during this rebuild process. So I don't know, guys. I'm 20 now, and I guess if you guys want to see more, keep watching and subscribe. But this is just me explaining to everyone on the camera or watching it, wondering why I make so many videos on this truck, why I put so much money into this truck. So it's just explaining that. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video and kind of understands more now why I keep making videos on this truck and why I talk so highly of it. And I'd just like to thank everybody that helped me get the truck to where it is now. My father, family and friends, my wife. I'd like to thank a couple of the sponsors I have. It's not super sponsored, but like MacRacing, BBK, Rough Country, Fuel, and the really, really big one is like the shop that I personally will be starting to work at, Impact Tire, here in Durham, Ontario. Really, really helped me get it here. So thanks everybody. And to everybody watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more about what I do in mechanics, I guess, backyardish kind of stuff, little videos like that, truck shows, just daily shit, please subscribe to the video, like the video, comment, tell me your thoughts, and I hope to see everybody in the next one. So thank you. Have a good one.